Hello folks, I'm Micah with BC Shaver and Hobbies, and this is the Traxxas TRX-4 2021 Ford Bronco. It's been 4 years since the original Traxxas TRX-4 revolutionized the scale RC crawler world, and in that time it's proven to be a highly capable and versatile trail truck, both in stock form and as a platform for custom builds. The latest version is a superb 1/10 scale replica of Ford's highly anticipated 2021 Bronco. And in addition to its detailed scale body, this truck has some new features that make the tried and true TRX-4 even better. First, let's take a look at the body. Like previous TRX-4s, it's a Lexan body with lots of hard plastic detail parts, including the grille, mirrors, door handles, and lights. It also has an internal plastic support structure which helps reduce flexing. It's painted in a two-tone scheme to match the real Bronco, and is available in two colors, Cyber Orange and Rapid Red. These are licensed Ford colors that you can also get on the real Bronco. The hard plastic fenders are bolted to the body and supported by the internal cage. The lights are not functional out of the box, but they're designed to accept an LED light kit, which will be available soon from Traxxas. The mirrors can fold in, so you don't have to worry about them breaking off. Even the windshield wipers are separately applied scale parts. The windows are tinted dark, but you can still see through them, so adding an interior might be an option later. This really is one of the best looking RC car bodies I've ever seen. The only thing I can really find to nitpick about it is that these little stickers on the outside of the mirrors look like they'll come off fairly easily. But apart from that, it's pretty much perfect. One thing you may notice is the conspicuous lack of body clips. This vehicle has a brand new, very clever body mounting system. It uses these sprung tabs, one on each fender, which slide into slots in the fender liner and lock in, holding the body securely in place. Removing it is also very easy. Just reach inside the fenders and pull the tabs outward, and it lifts right off. This setup is actually considerably easier to use than Traxxas' other clipless mounting system, used on the Haas, Max, X-Max, and Rustler 4x4. Even if the worst happens and the tabs break off, you can just replace this little plastic bar, which should be a very cheap part, instead of the whole body. I really like this system, and I hope to see it on more Traxxas vehicles in the future. Under the hood, the Bronco is mostly identical to previous TRX-4s, with a few key differences. First, of course, are the inner fenders, which now have slots to accommodate the new body mount system. The front bumper is also a new design, and the fake winch can be removed to make room for a working winch. Under the front bumper is a new skid plate, which should help prevent the axle from getting hung up on obstacles. It now comes with a metal gear steering servo and a metal servo horn, both of which were popular upgrades for the old model. The rims are also new, and they're scale replicas of the real Bronco rims. The rest of the Bronco's features are shared with previous TRX-4s. It has portal axles, which use gears to raise the axle above the center line of the wheel for better ground clearance. This switch on the transmitter lets you shift the 2-speed gearbox, which has a low gear for crawling and a higher gear for driving faster on flat ground. The transmitter also has a switch on top to control the locking differentials. You can have neither locked, just the front locked, or both locked. There's no way to have just the rear locked, but I can't really imagine a situation where you'd need to do that. The gearbox and differentials are operated by small servos, using a mechanism similar to a bicycle brake cable. The motor is a brushed 21-turn 550 can, and it's powered by an XL5 HV speed control, which can take a 2S or 3S LiPo, or a 7-cell nickel metal hydride battery. The battery tray has the usual Traxxas hold-down arm, which can be turned over to fit different size batteries. It also has a slot for a smaller LiPo. If you prefer to have more weight up front, you can add a battery mount in this space ahead of the front axle and put a small LiPo there instead. The steering angle is excellent, and the turning circle is amazingly small for a vehicle this long. Because of this, the steering wheel is very sensitive, but it's easy enough to get used to. Also, like all Traxxas vehicles, this one is completely waterproof, so you can drive through puddles, in the rain, or hose the truck down if it gets dirty and not worry about damage. I do recommend drying it off afterwards though. Now, the price for this version of the TRX-4 is $750 Canadian. That is a bit more than other TRX-4s, but I think it's well worth it given what you get. Anyway, without further ado, let's take this out in the field and see how it drives. Now, when we tested the TRX-4 Land Rover Defender last year, the only real problem I had with it was that the roof rack made it very top-heavy, so it rolled over quite a lot on the trail. This one has a much lower center of gravity, so hopefully that shouldn't be a problem anymore. As for batteries, we're going to run this on a Traxxas 5000 mAh 2S LiPo. The off-road performance of the Bronco is similar to previous TRX-4s, which is to say, very good indeed. The locking diffs come in handy when the trail gets steep and uneven, and the portal axles give the truck ample ground clearance. Low gear is ideal for crawling over tough obstacles, and that's what we used most of the time on the trail. This also gave us excellent battery life. On our 5000 mAh 2S LiPo, we were able to drive for about an hour and a half, and there was still some charge left over at the end. We tried out high gear as well and found the Bronco to be surprisingly stable at speed for a live axle trail truck. On a loose surface, it could take a corner at almost full throttle without tipping over. This does require the diffs to be unlocked. With the diffs locked, it tipped over much more easily. While this vehicle isn't meant to be a high-speed basher, it can definitely get out of its own way, and if you want more speed, you can always run a 3S LiPo. However, a 2S is perfectly adequate for crawling, and that's what this truck is best at. It keeps its footing noticeably better than the Defender on uneven terrain. We did roll it a few times, but thanks to its low center of gravity, the Bronco usually lands on its feet. Ultimately, I really have no complaints. This vehicle looks great, performs very well, and is a breeze to set up and run. If you want a great out-of-the-box trail truck that still has lots of potential for upgrades, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better one than this. Well folks, that about wraps up our review of the Traxxas TRX-4 2021 Ford Bronco. This really is a fantastic vehicle. The TRX-4 was already one of the best trail trucks on the market, and the improvements to this one have made it even better. These are probably going to be in high demand and short supply for quite a while, but if this one's any indication, they'll be well worth the wait. To get your Bronco, visit us at BC Shaver and Hobbies or online at bchobbies.com. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Michael, and I will see you next time.